So now that we have known how to control the height of a particular wall, we can now create it, and we are going to start from zero ground floor here, and then we are going to have it up to FF home plus 1. Now assume that on top of this wall I have a beam, and that beam is okay, adding the beam and the slab, assuming that the slab will go beyond a particular level. So that will be 150 plus maybe 300. So that 300 is the thickness of the it is the height, or actually it is the height of the slab, or even it is the height of the base, and 150 is the height, or even it is the thickness of the slab. So I could have minus 450 like that, so that if I place a slab on top of this wall and a beam, it will be placed like that. So after you choose the height, you proceed and then choose the material here. I want a wall that has masonry block structural, or even let us proceed with concrete structural there. Okay, let's proceed with concrete block structural there. So that is our building material. And then the thickness, we want a 200 millimeter thick wall, and yeah, like that. And then I'm just going to click OK. So I'm going to click to start placing this particular wall, and I click again to finish up. Now if I zoom in, you can see some patterns there. So that is what we call the floor plan. So this is how the wall is. This is how that particular building material it is shown in a plan. I don't want to proceed to that, but we are going to look at that later. So if I proceed to 3D, so this is where we have our basic wall. So there it is. It is made up of a concrete block structure. Now with I can proceed back to the settings dialog here, and maybe if you want a slanted type of a wall, you could click on this slanted type, and here we can have maybe about 70. So that is the degrees. So click OK. I'll start placing here, and I'm going to place it at that point. So let us view it in 3D. It is here, and it is a slanted wall. Yeah, so that is a slant wall. And then I'm going to proceed back to the settings, and I'm going to place a wall complexity double slanted. I'm going to have 200, 70 and 90 here. Then I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to place it at this point. So let us view it in 3D. So as you can see, we have the wall here. It looks like that. So let us place another type of this wall. Let me, for example, I'm going to delete this particular wall that we have already placed here and also here, so that we don't get confused. So I'll proceed back to the settings, and here it is 70. I'm going to change it, and I'm going to have okay, this is 70, this is 90. So I'm going to have about 110. So that is 110 degrees. And okay, this one doesn't look so good. So let me have about 20. And here I'm going to try 200 and see if it is going to work. So again, remember this value here, as you have seen, is dependent on this one. So let me just click OK, and I place it at a point here, and we can view it in 3D. So this is how it looks. So this angle here, let us draw a section. I'm going to draw a section through. So I'll proceed to my viewpoint and click on the section. We are going to look at sections later, but let me place that section and then open it here in the navigator, double click to open it. So this angle here, this angle here, it is the 20-degree angle, it is here. And also, and this one, it is 70, and of course this one is 90. So I can select this one and proceed and modify it. So here I'm going to have about 110, and then I'm going to click OK. So as you can see, 110 will not produce any thickness. So let us have about 100 and see what we are going to have. Click OK. So you can see it looks like that. So that is 100, and then I can try to, you can see that that is 874. So in that case, you have to be careful, because of course everything is related to the height. So if I select this one, assume that I only have 300 thickness at the base. So I need to have 300 here. So the minimum that you can get is 423. So here I need to play around with the height, because as you can see, everything is dependent on that. But of course that should not worry you too much. Let me have not linked, and then I have about 2000, I mean, oops, 2000. I don't know if 300 will work. So that is the minimum I can get. So let me try 1800. 3000. Sorry, 300. I saw. So 317. So let's proceed with 317 and click OK. So the reason why it cannot take it is because of this slant here. So again, you have to make sure that the slant angle is able to tolerate the height of this particular wall that you have created. So again, if you choose 317, which is the minimum, so thickness here down, which is the minimum, 317 is the minimum, you are not going to have a base at the top. You are not going to have a top base. If you want a top base, maybe you can proceed and maybe reduce this, or even work around with the angle so that you can have the best fit. Or I mean 1000, sorry, like that. So in that case, you are able to get a base, the top base, and a bottom face. So that is what we need to have. Yeah, so this is about the wall. You can create different kinds of wall. So let me place escape and proceed back to the settings. So again, that is you can try out. Again, you can have slanted sides. So I'm going to select one of these. Again, in selection, I'm going to select it, proceed back to the settings, and here I can have about 70, and like that, and I can increase this to be about 350, then click OK. Oh, so 70, I think 70 is it's not going to work. So let's have 110. Click OK. It will look like that. So let us reduce the height to be about 500, so that you can create a base. So there is the base. In that case, if you want the height to increase, you have to increase the base so that the angles can be able to tolerate the height of your wall, of this particular wall. So that is those are the type of walls that we can create, and of course they are related to the basic wall type.